you or I did something wrong. So my fault. So I gotta run to the office. But so we're gonna try to remember what I was talking about. This is life practical steps and whatever morning thoughts I have. So I said I'm gonna start doing morning thoughts, and that's all it is. So hopefully this can help you whenever you watch it, etc. and so forth. We're gonna talk about money today, about just the changes that are happening over the next 7 years. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all because there's gonna be a lot of unexpected changes for on a personal, community, nation, worldly scale. Okay, we're in a change season. Okay, so anyway, with that being said, and then we're gonna talk about those who are here to protect Earth, air, and water, because you guys have to get activated, and my voice is an activation point. All right, so for you guys who are, let's talk about the first thing first. First things first is just making sure that during this change that you figure out how to ground yourself. You figure out how to deal with life, right? No matter what comes at you, what happens, you're gonna have to learn how to be the peace amongst chaos. Everybody's not gonna be able to do this, but for those who know they can, start practicing now. Start grounding yourself extra. Start doing your self-care extra right now, because you're gonna need it, trust me. So you're kind of banking your grounding, you're banking your self-care, you're banking your peace, your sovereignty. You're gonna start banking it, okay? So I want you to start banking it, like banking energy in, so that when something happens, you can still stay grounded, okay? Now, and this is not for everybody. Let me make sure I know where I'm going, because honey, I will get turned around in a minute. MS is not for everybody. It's for those who understand, okay, or overstand. But I want to encourage everybody that's listening to this. You are banking 100, okay? You are batting 100. If you are alive, if you woke up, I don't care what your goals is, what your conditions is, what you're coming to, but if you woke up and you was able to breathe, you're batting 100. So keep batting, keep going, keep playing the game, keep hitting the ball, keep running the bases, continue to go. Okay, that's all I'm gonna encourage you to do. Sometimes you're gonna strike out, sometimes you're gonna hit a home run, sometimes you're only gonna make it to first base, sometimes you're only make it to second base, sometimes you're only gonna be third, fourth. I don't know how many bases, I don't forget. I'm not a baseball fan, and I haven't played baseball since I was a kid. Don't shoot me, okay? But you get what I'm saying. So you're batting 100, continue to go. There's gonna be times where I'm just gonna get on, I'm just gonna try to do encouraging messages, because it is going to be so much unexpected change for so many people, and it is going to rock you a little bit or a lot. Okay? So you're gonna have to learn how to start banking your peace and your energy now. That's why I'm like, practice it. Practice your grounding. This and start banking up that good energy now. That's what I'm gonna encourage you to do. Because trust me, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. I don't care where you are in the earth. I don't care where you are in the world. Everybody's gonna experience change over the next 7 years. So start making it in now. Now, the next thing is gonna be about money, because the money systems are shifting and changing. A lot of people are so unaware, especially if you're in America. I'm in America, by the way. You're very unaware of what's going on, because especially if you haven't learned to pay attention to alternative media yet. You haven't learned to pay attention to the foreign media. You don't know what's happening, because America's always a ground for their media is always just propaganda. It's always just fear mongering, and it's always just going to tell you what they want you to know. So let's talk real quick, because I just realized a lot of people are unaware of this. So I guess I'll go ahead and put it here. Hopefully this does not get me banned. I'll say it real quick. BRICS. Look it up. I'm not gonna say it too. I said it really quick on purpose, okay? But anyway, it is a group of countries that started in 2008, maybe 7. And they started to pretty much discuss what was going on with in America and stuff, and how we handled the last big crash, okay? And how we have not been good stewards over our resources. This is what it boils down to, guys. We have not made sure that we have, did our part, okay? And make sure our money is still back by gold, ensure we're not overspending, that we're just not letting it free for all those things, okay? That's pretty much what it was. And because everybody else was using our dollar, that makes the dollar is valuable because everybody else uses our dollar. Look, I'm gonna say this in layman's terms, because I'm starting to realize a lot of people don't know what's going on. I thought people knew, but I started to realize when I'm asking like colleagues I work with and stuff, they like don't know. Like the people I do business with and stuff. I'm like, you don't know this? So I'm shocked. But they pretty much got to get on this like, okay, we're all using the US dollar. And they're not managing it properly. So what happens if it crashes? Which they have a right to. I mean, honestly, I'm telling you this in layman's terms. I'm telling you like this is a meeting of the minds, okay? They have a right to be concerned about something that everybody's using and we not handling it properly. Okay, let's put it in very layman's terms. Let's say I live in your household. You supposed to pay the light bill. We live together. You continue not pay the light bill. Our lights keep getting cut off. But eventually, I'm gonna be like, I'm either taking over the light bill or you gotta move. We gotta do something else. Okay. So they were like, before the lights get cut off, we gotta make some moves because they not stopping. They debt is going up. The money's not back by gold. And they're printing endless money. Their debt is through the roof. Something's going to crash and burn, and we can't allow our countries to crash and burn with it. Sensible conversation, right? To me. But hey, powers that be, whole different story, right? How dare you not use the American dollar? So they're like, okay, well, let's start making this plan to figure out what we need to do so that we can begin to use our own currency, create another world currency, and make sure everybody has equal exchange. That's the intent. Now, this started in 2007 or 8, guys. It's now 2025. This is something that started and never stopped. So the reason why, this is one of the reasons why inflation actually in America has been going up, because of course they have grown, they have already figured out everything the U.S. could possibly do. They've been planning. So of course they pretty much made themselves known. I want to say it was like right after the pandemic, maybe, that hey, this is what's up. And so we're talking about something that is almost 2 decades in. We're not talking about something that started during the pandemic and stuff, because most people are just now starting to hear about it, y'all. This has been 2 decades of planning. Okay, so they already thought about what the U.S. possibly gonna do until military-wise, tariff-wise. They shut down like the digital system that everybody uses to like exchange money, etc. That didn't work because they already got the contingency in place. This is the thing that I want everybody to start understanding. So we're late to the party. We're not even invited to the party. First of all, we ain't even invited. Okay, we ain't even late. We ain't even invited. We ain't even on the guest list. Okay. So once I'm putting it in layman's terms. So anyway, they've been meeting. Other countries have now joined this, and so forth. And so that's why the dollar is really taking a turn as well. It's kind of a multitude of things. It's our debt. It's the us just printing endless money, not balancing stuff, which is going to impact a lot of things, right? And so that has caused our dollar to tank quickly this last this year, right? That's part of it. So the tariff war was to kind of like say, hey, we'll do this if you don't do this, if you don't back up, this and other. But it's not working, because again, they've already thought about everything we would do. So what happened was, when the first tariffs happened, or the second or third, I can't remember which one, all the threats, it did not become where it was like, oh, we're good, we'll get back with the U.S. What happened was, Vietnam and China now have 40 agreements on trade and all this and that. Okay, so that's why the U.S. dollar tanked so quickly last 2 months. So this is the part they ain't telling y'all. So it really backfired. And on top of that, Vietnam is now joining. So, with that being said, understand you got to diversify. This is a time of diversification. I do not care what income level you are at. I don't care if you're super rich. You're, if you're at the where you're not making income, this, that, and other, you're kind of, under the 25K mark, under the 30K, 40K mark. And some people do really well with that because they know how to manage. But if you're like in between that 50K and you're feeling the pinch, this, that, and other, 50K and above, that middle class where most Americans are, the majority of Americans make under $75,000 a year. Okay. So I'm talking to the majority of people. This ain't for them super rich people. Do whatever you're going to do. I don't care. It's for the average person. Diversify. Diversify, diversify, diversify. You can start. When I say diversify, that means, supposed to be talking in layman terms. That means buy silver, gold coins. Buy you some cryptocurrency. Make sure you have cash, have some money in the bank. Diversify. If them 4 things you should have. If you're making over 50K and above, you can start taking $100 a month and diversifying your stuff. I don't care if you do $25 here, $25 there, $25 here, $25 there. Do that for the next year. That's better than you not having nothing. And you begin to understand even how to diversify. So start doing that. Now, some people are completely oblivious and unaware of what's going on. And they don't understand like all the shifts and changes. They're trying to save a dying world. That's pretty much what's happening. Not a dying world, but a dying structure. Okay, let me take that back. Not the dying world. The world is not dying. One empire is falling, a new empire is rising. So it's that's happening. So they're trying to save one empire structure and the other one is rising. That's what's literally, we're in the midst of a big shift. Okay? We're going to be in the history books. So, that's pretty much what we're dealing with right now. What you want to do, because when shifts happen, especially economic shifts, and several countries have already went through it, so you can just Google it, look it up for yourself, etc. Kind of what happens and what some countries decide to do digital and, get into that social ID stuff. Some don't go that far. Some just change the currency overnight. You like literally go to sleep, wake up, and the next thing you know, we're only using this. Your cash is no longer worth anything. This is what it's worth. So that's what we're talking about right now. Okay, if you're in a good position to do what you can, then do it. But I like to talk at all income levels, and I like to talk at where the majority of people are, because the top, whatever percentage that is, they can figure it out. Majority of people is what matters, because that's the majority of citizens that's in our world. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The U.S. has a culture of only highlighting those who are at the top 10%, top 8%, top 2%, top you know, or whatever, and think make you think everybody else don't count. Y'all, everybody matters. Everybody matters. We're always under the collective energy. I always have to deal with the unfortunate collective energy. So if everybody's fearful about one thing, unfortunately, whether I'm fearful about it or not, I got to deal with it when I step out into the world. That's the only thing that frustrates me. So, but diversify, diversify, diversify. You gotta diversify right now. It's smart to go ahead and do it now, and then buy XRP before it hits $5. So that was one thing I wanted to say about money. I am not a what do people call financial person, economist person, whatever they call them people. Them financial experts. Honey, I'm not that. Okay. I just understand structure. I understand foundations. I understand building. That is what I am. I am a builder for communities and stuff like that. That is me. And I'm here to build new stuff, not stuff that's the work with the old world. So things I build are not known to be needed until they're needed, right? I'm that person. So anyway, do that. Now this, we're going to change topics again, because I wanted this live to cover all these things. Let's talk about those who are here to serve in a capacity of activation for water, air, and the earth. Okay? You are here to ensure that those who live on earth have air, water, and that the earth is okay. You know, we have a lot of greed. We have a lot of extraction always, whether it's extraction of whatever, you know. And it's come to a point where we're at a tipping point. We may have already tipped the scales, but I feel like anything can always change. So we can always tip it back the other way. But I need you guys who know your purpose is that to get activated. Everybody has a mission they have to complete on this earth, are supposed to come here and complete. Some of them are able to do it. Some people are unable to. It's just too much, you know. It's a lot. It's a lot for all of us, you know, at times. So some are able to complete their mission, some are not. That's why a lot of things are off balance. But I want to encourage those who are called to that line of work to get activated. If you know anybody that's in your field, in your network, that's called to that line of work, tell them to get activated. Tell them they are protected. Tell them the resources will come to them. It is time for them to get activated. People are lost in fear. They're lost in the programming. They're lost in the, you know, they say the matrix or whatever. And so everybody's trying to survive. You know, you work your job, you own your business, whatever you do. But none of that matters if we don't have air, water, guys, or earth. And Mother Earth is not going to let the human race take her out. Whether you believe in God, spirit, whatever you believe in, I'm just telling you that that's not going to happen. The weather's shifting because of man-made stuff, and it's shifting because Mother Earth is responding to. Pray about it, get your answer. So, those who are here to really begin to stand for those things, you have to stand. It is time. Those who get called later on, if you watch this video later on and you realize that you're supposed to stand, or you didn't start when you were supposed to, it is totally fine. Get started now. Those who call to that line of work, we need you. Most people ain't gonna say that because they have no clue what's going on. They're in their daily lives. They have absolutely no idea. They think it's all peachy keen. If you got anybody under the age of 18 that you love and care about, you need to know those that are in their line of work. You need to tell them to get active. Because at the end of the day, every generation comes in to do their part. And some generations get lost in those who be the powers that be or whatever it is, you know, or in the day to day or whatever. Because everybody always have their agendas, right? And we have not did our job as the older generations. So it's going to be on the younger generations to do it. That's why I don't complain. Like when you hear younger generations saying this, doing this, going against the grain, this and that, I have nothing to say. With the, especially in America, cost of living outpaced wages 20 years ago. We're letting AI data centers get put up without any type of regulations, without any type of parameters, no solar power, this and other. This is about to impact the water, the electricity on a scale nobody's even seen, which is then going to impact the air. He's talking about, oh, they don't respect authority, they don't want to work. Y'all, they coming in with different energy because we didn't do our job. If we would have did our job, they wouldn't have had to come up with the energy that they came in with. Think on that for a minute. I want you to really process that. AI is going to replace jobs anyway. We didn't do our job to make sure that doesn't happen. The world of work that we know, they're going to have a completely different world of work. They got to figure it out. You can't even instruct them on how to figure it out because you ain't even lived it. Because their world is going to look totally different than your world. Y'all haven't thought about it that way, have you? Haven't even processed it on that level yet, have you? To realize that they about to experience some stuff that you ain't never even experienced. And they gonna have to deal with a whole different ball game. And there's no way that they're going to be able to be okay and not know how to disrespect authority. That's going to go over a lot of y'all heads. It's going to go over a lot of y'all heads. A lot of y'all heads. But if you know, you know. Young people going to have to lead the revolution. Because the older generation didn't do what we're supposed to do. Simple as that. That's what it boils down to. Nobody wants to admit it, but that's where we're at. So, because the resources are going to be tampered with, we're allowing these things to happen. We're allowing the cost of living to be where people can't even survive. You got people who are working full-time jobs, living in shelters, going to food banks, living in storage units, renting a U-Haul trucks to live in. Okay, I'm done talking because, I don't know what I'm talking about. But hey. Now, getting back on track. Because I was led to send an activation out today, and that's what I'm doing. Those who are called to that line of work and not quite sure how to get started, start digging into it. That is not my mission. I can't get distracted because I have to build. And I'm getting shifted. So, I need you, though, to activate. Very important. We're all getting, those of us who have to get shifted right now, we're getting shifted. activated. But that is something that I know we need y'all to start stepping up. Because there's so many people lost right now. Nobody's getting what's really happening. They're not understanding what's upon us. And most people are going to be retroactive to it. They're like, oh my God, I didn't know this was happening. Like, yeah, it was. But some of us have assignments of helping the greater good, greater community, and this, that, and other. And some of us have to build things that outlive what's dying. So everybody that understands and gets it, it's time. Those who come after this message and start to get it later on, it's time. Those who get it once this message is 10 years old, it's time. Whenever you get it, because everybody's going to get their time at different times, it's time. Walk in understanding that you know you are protected. Walk in understanding that you know the resources will come when you get aligned. And don't be afraid. That's my message for you today. Whenever you watch this, I hope you're having a great day, a good evening, or a good night. And I will talk to you guys later.